Ciekawość.
Widziałeś?
Tylko tyle? Jedno? Pff, ja przełamię więcej. Hej!
Udowodnij to. Ten, który przełamie najwięcej cegieł, będzie mógł zjeść ostatnie ciastko.
Dobra! 3 cegły! Oka!
5!
A! 20!
101 cegieł!
Co się tutaj dzieje?
To tylko...
Trenujemy! W końcu trening czyni mistrza, prawda? Ninja się nie poddają!
Ale ten bałagan! I skąd w ogóle wzięliście tyle cegieł? Mój mur!
Coś się stało? Czy Jay i Kai znowu nabroili?
Kazałem im iść na podwórko i podczas medytacji pomyśleć o 6 podstawowych cnotach z pinjitsu, a zamiast tego zniszczyli mój mur!
Ach, racja! Rzeczywiście mieliśmy coś zrobić. Co to za 6...
6 cnót! Nie mówcie, że zapomnieliście!
Pewnie, że nie. Nigdy nie zapominamy o 7 cnotach. 6.
Więc spróbuj je wymienić.
Dobrze, spróbuję. A więc te cnoty są ważne. Właśnie takie są.
Dragon's Rising was a game changer for Ninjago. The series has shifted a lot of things in the world of Ninjago, from the setting all the way to the character dynamics. Characters have gone missing for several episodes, locations have been quite literally merged together, and new characters have been introduced to bounce off of the personalities of the old characters the fans already love. Introducing new characters as an audience surrogate helps to bring in a new generation of fans, and allows the writers to reintroduce old characters and build upon what we already love about them, while adding some new things to love as well. I think this concept has worked out the best so far for Kai. Our beloved Red Ninja has taken a bit of a backseat in terms of character focus in the last few years. Bringing in a character like Wildfire for him to interact with has jump-started the love fans have had for his character again. We get to see how Kai has grown since the pilot and appreciate the wisdom he has gained, but also the goofiness he still has. Kai has gotten an amazing arc in Dragon's Rising so far, acting as a mentor to Wildfire and getting the space to shine as a main character again. I'd say the rest of the original Ninja have gotten great arcs as well, except for Zane, though I think Season 3 may fix that. I think the most interesting case of this, however, is Jay. Jay has been noticeably absent for most of the series so far, with a lot of fans begging for just a glimpse of him. We got to see him for a split second in the very first episode of the show, but it wasn't until the latter half of Season 1 that we would finally get a scene with a speaking role from him. Despite the limited screen time in Season 1, I do think Jay is having one of the most interesting arcs ever for his character. I also think his arc in Dragon's Rising so far is an especially interesting one to compare against other arcs in the series, so let's get into the curious case of Jay in Dragon's Rising. Before the sequel series premiered, the last time we saw Jay was in the very last episode of the original show's run. Jay was happily with Nia and he had just aided in saving the world with the rest of the ninja. Jay was left on a pretty good note in terms of the show's canon, but a lot of people were dissatisfied with his character arc in Crystallized and sadly with his character overall in the series recently. Jay has had the unfortunate writing problem of flanderization, where the writers have honed into one aspect of his personality and not allowed other aspects of his personality to be showcased as prominently as they once were. His humor has been heavily relied on, and for some reason he's been portrayed as clumsy and just not as good as the rest of the ninja, which I think is not true to his original characterization in the earlier seasons. The earlier seasons had a clear idea of who Jay was. He was a little nervous but tough, a smart aleck, an inventor, and overall just a kind person. I think it all started falling apart in Season 4 though, when Cole and Jay are forced to fight each other in the tournament, and Cole remarks that he doesn't think Jay would last long in a fight. Why would he think that? Jay has been shown to be able to hold his own in a fight. He was even the first one of the ninja to unlock Spinjitzu. I don't get where this notion that Jay is weaker than the rest of them came from, but ever since then the writers have zeroed in on that out-of-nowhere character trait. The 11-minute era with its short airtime already does not have a lot of room for developing the whole main cast. This has caused for Jay to be left out from receiving good character development. His character development in Season 11 is basically non-existent. He doesn't learn anything, he doesn't change in any way. In season 12, they focus on his humor and don't get into any character development until the finale of the season, which barely gets any time to breathe. Season 13, once again, non-existent character development. The Island, he's the funny, comic relief character again. Season 14, he doesn't really develop much, he's just protective boyfriend Jay, which we've seen a lot before. In season 15, in the first couple episodes, you think they're finally gonna do something cool with his character development and losing Nia, but nope, they completely reverse it and go back to him being the funny comic relief character. I think this is really unfortunate because I think Jay has so much to explore about him. He used to be an inventor, if you can even remember that time. Why not go into that aspect of his character more? And his parents are a big source of interesting stories to tell. Why not explore his insecurities about his parents abandoning him more? Prime Empire had the perfect opportunity to do that but missed the mark. And if the writers were really set on him not being as strong as the other ninja, why not have an arc where he explores his insecurities around that? That could be really cool. I think Jay is so full of potential in terms of stories, but he just hasn't had a chance to shine in the show for a long time. For this reason, his character has been soured in the eyes of a lot of fans. Everybody just thinks he's not as good as he used to be, and honestly I have to agree. I think his humor isn't completely bad, but I know there's so much more to him to be explored. I think by just focusing on his humor, we're losing the opportunity to explore all of those stories. So, Jay hasn't been perceived in a good light by a lot of fans in recent years. How did Dragons Rising change that? In the first episode of Dragons Rising, we see Jay helping rescue civilians as the merge occurs. The merge was the catalyst event for the series, combining all of the realms in Ninjago. Civilians from all the realms get scattered across the new merged lands, including the ninja. This causes all the ninja to start their arcs in the new series completely alone. Lloyd gets sent back to the monastery, Kai wakes up on some strange new island, Nia also ends up in some unknown area of the new merged lands, eventually making her way to the Land of Madness. Zane somehow ended up in some sort of box thing in Imperium, I'm still waiting for that to be explained. Cole ended up in the Land of Lost Things, and Jay ended up in the Administration. So far, the Administration has been one of my favorite things that Dragons Rising has brought to the world of Ninjago. It's such a rich setting full of joke potential, but also pretty dark stories. The realm reassignment section of the place is funny, but when you look at it deeper, it's actually pretty dark. And that's where Jay has ended up, somehow in charge of that whole section of the Administration. What I find the most interesting about Jay and Dragons Rising so far is how long it takes to actually see him again after that quick glimpse in episode 1. Kai is quickly seen again in the second episode of the first season, albeit a flashback, but he does return in the present canon only a few episodes later. Nia returns fairly early in the season. Zane returns towards the end of the first half of the season. Cole takes a bit longer to return, only one episode before Jay does, but he gets that whole episode dedicated to his return. When Jay shows up in the episode The Administration, it's only for a short scene. We get to see where he's been, we get a little glimpse into his goofiness again, but we don't get much more than that. And then after that, we don't see him again until the middle of season 2. Jay takes the longest to be revealed again, and I think this only does him favors. One reason for the writers choosing to wait so long to bring him back is obviously because of the large cast of characters, and needing to place focus on other arcs. Another reason is by taking longer to reveal Jay and only giving us quick glimpses of what he's been doing, it allows for more theorizing and more suspense and excitement to see him again. And those glimpses weren't just for nothing. Jay's first full appearance in the series establishes his personality to the audience, particularly the newcomers who can jump into the show without having seen the original 15 seasons. It also obviously shows us what Jay is up to after the merge, appeasing longtime fans. This scene is short, but it functions in establishing Jay's character in the new show very well. The next time we see him is at the end of season 2, episode 7, Fugitives from Madness. We see him tag along on a mission with the Administration trying to arrest Bonzel. The episode cuts off on his reveal, perfectly building the suspense leading into the next episode. Secrets of the Wilderness resumes the moment, showing Bonzel trying to outsmart Jay. We get a bit more of a reveal into Jay's character, and we learn that he isn't very thrilled with being an agent of the Administration. It's almost like he knows something is missing, but he doesn't know what. Then we get the reveal that he has lost his memory. This fills in the puzzle a little more for us. This is when the spell Sprite intervenes, which we can assume is Master Wu. Sprite is bothering Jay, who tries to shoo it off. Sprite then reveals through a hologram-like vision who he used to be, showing him as a ninja. This shocks Jay, and he accidentally reveals his elemental power, which he unveils to the audience that he's been keeping a secret. I love this line.
How did you know I can do that? No one knows I can control lightning, and no one can find out.
This is a genius line. It reveals an inner turmoil that Jay has been grappling with. He doesn't want anyone to know about his power, and this is so rich with potential for a really interesting story. Assuming Jay has been in the administration since the merge first occurred, we can assume he is talking about everyone at the administration. Perhaps they have a vendetta against the Elemental Masters? Or what if he was somewhere else before stumbling upon the administration? That could be so interesting if he had met people along the way that had been fearful of his power or reacted negatively to it. That one line brings so much potential for an even more interesting story for Jay. Bonzo manages to escape from Jay and then we don't see him again for the rest of the first half of season 2. I think this scene is even better than the first and sets up so much in a simple few minutes while subsequently developing Jay a lot as well. The fact that this was only Jay's second full scene in the show and it's done so much for his character arc is so incredible and shows how needed some time away from the character was. The writers had a choice when they could bring back each ninja, and they made the smart choice to hold off on bringing back Jay. If any character needed this much time away, it was definitely Jay. The fanbase had become so tired of the same routine with Jay that having to sit and wait for him to show up again built suspense, and then being met with 2 great scenes brought even more questions and excitement for where his story could go. Jay's Dragon's Rising arc has been revitalizing his character. I've honestly seen much more fan art and theorizing around Agent Jay than any other character in Dragon's Rising so far, and I think that's very apparent of how good the arc is, that people want to dig deeper into it and make their own art surrounding it. This brings us to the Tournament of the Sources. In the second half of Season 2, the ninja go to participate in a tournament with other elemental masters in order to uncover a mystery. We first see Jay in another cliffhanger moment at the end of the episode. They gather for the feast. In this scene, right after a confrontation with other elemental masters, they are all returning to their rooms when Nia spots Jay in the crowd. Jay doesn't recognize her, his former Yang, and keeps walking. Nia loses him in the crowd and the episode ends. The next episode picks up on Nia continuing to search through the crowd for Jay. She still can't find him and returns to Lloyd to tell him she saw Jay. Nia wonders if she really did see Jay and expresses how much she misses him. This sets up the meaningfulness of their relationship for the new audience. Then we fast forward to Nia's first fight in the tournament. Nia is being her usual confident self and says this.
Looks like Roz might be coaching your opponent.
Whoever it is, I can take him.
This is a great line as well. It asserts that Nia is confident in her abilities under any circumstance, just to pull the rug out from under her a mere few seconds later when we get the reveal that Jay is her opponent. The intense music and dramatic camera shots they use are well earned after the slow but effective build-up of Jay's story over 2 seasons. The drama of this moment works so well because it has been earned. They have built up all the suspense and theories around Jay's character through his few appearances that show more than tell. That ultimately allows this moment to feel completely earned. When the fight starts, Jay doesn't hesitate to immediately become aggressive, much to the shock of Nia. This moment shows how determined Jay has become to not let down his new master Roz. He reveals his backstory to Nia after she hesitates to use her elemental power on him. I think the most interesting thing about Jay's backstory is that he believed Roz. It's really interesting because you can look at it from many different perspectives. In one perspective, he probably believed Roz because of how persuasive Roz can be. I mean, we've seen it in the show time and time again. But from another perspective that I like to subscribe to, I think that Jay believed him because he wanted any option to get out of the administration. We see him in a flashback receive some sort of letter, which we can assume is from Roz, and then once Jay escapes, Roz immediately finds him and recruits him. Jay says that he rescued him, which tells us that he feels indebted to Roz now. I like to think that the administration has some problems with elemental powers, and that's why Jay wanted to escape so badly. We also know from past scenes that he wasn't too thrilled about the work he was doing anyway. I think this whole scene contributes great character development for Jay, showing many different parts of his personality. He demonstrates a newfound sense of confidence. This confidence he has garnered is all from a place of bitterness and confusion and rage. These are character traits that have not been explored in Jay in much depth or at all. Jay also blows off any attempt that Nia makes to remind him of who he is, which shows how much Roz has manipulated his mind and gotten him to trust him. This is shown in the most impactful way when Jay uses the wolf mask and then uses Shatter Spin against Nia. Roz's manipulation has worked so well on Jay that he has come to the point where he trusts Roz enough to use the wolf mask. Jay has become so corrupt that it's hard to see how he is going to work his way out of this if he even does. Nia uses Rising Dragon to counter his Shatter Spin, which allows her to gain the upper hand and ultimately win the fight. Although Jay loses, I don't think it hurts his character. I think it ultimately helps his character and builds up even more story potential for him. Jay is so far gone now and has shown us, the audience, how much he believes in Roz, that now that he's let his master down, he and us are left to ask, where does he go from here? In this tournament, the winner of each fight gains the loser's elemental powers. This means that Nia gains Jay's lightning power. When she receives this power, she can't even look him in the eye, showing how devastated she is at what's happened to him. Jay is visibly very angry. I think the aspect of Nia receiving his power adds a whole other level of emotional depth to his character. His elemental power is the one thing he had post-merge from his past life, and although he doesn't seem to understand what it really was for him in his past life, it has been central to most of his arc so far. Who knows what mishaps or adventures Jay had gotten himself into with his powers before Roz found him. Who knows what hazy memories he may have of those powers. I think as an amnesiac, his powers are especially more meaningful to him, and the only thing that actually belongs to him anymore. It makes sense he would be upset about losing them. Nia now holds the only piece of who he used to be. This moment is equally devastating for both of them. I hope we get more insight into Jay's feelings on this, and for Nia, this is great to develop her arc with losing Jay. Jay goes back to Roz, and Roz lets him know this.
I didn't rescue you so you could disappoint me, Jay. I do not tolerate failure.
I'm sorry, Lord Ross.
Sorry is not good enough.
When Jay apologizes, Roz doesn't accept it. Watching from the sideline, Sora remarks that Nia won, but wonders why the victory feels so empty. Lloyd says that even though Nia won, it feels so empty because they had lost Jay. I also want to add that this shot is so great in establishing every character's emotions about the situation. Where the new ninja are celebrating Nia's win, but the original ninja are not, because they know Jay, and they are also devastated in seeing what has happened to him. Nia tries to talk to Jay, telling him that he needs to know the truth and that she loves him. But Jay doesn't want to hear her out and tells her this.
And I will always hate you.
After everything that has just happened, Jay is simply done hearing anyone out. All he can think about is how angry he is that he has fallen out of Roz's good graces. I thought Roz left, why is he still there? Anyway, I think this whole sequence is genius, and all that build-up leading up to this moment, scarce scenes of Jay and sparse mentions of him was definitely worth it. This scene adds so much emotional depth, it has such an interesting story, and continues to cause us to speculate more about Jay's character and story. The most important thing it did was give Jay so much more depth. He finally got to feel more emotions than just nervousness. There isn't a single tinge of nervousness here. We get to see a Jay that is actually a real character with many different emotions. We do still get a little bit of humor from him.
You had a clear shot and didn't take it. Are you a terrible ninja?
But overall, he is much more developed here than he has been in the last few years of Ninjago content. At the beginning of the next episode, we see the ninja confront Roz, asking where Jay is and what Roz has done to him. Roz simply explains that he rescued Jay when he was alone, and then asks the ninja where they were. I think this moment is also really great in establishing Roz even further as a master manipulator, and hinting at the distrust Eren is going to start to develop in the ninja. Roz tells him that he sent Jay away because his only purpose was to win, and he didn't. We see a shot of Jay leaving the tournament looking dejected. We then cut back to Roz, who tells the ninja to go after Jay if they really value him. I know some people were upset that we didn't get more from Jay this season, but I think it's perfect. The rest of his story doesn't need to be immediately addressed right now. We saw how well building suspense worked for his arc in Dragon's Rising so far, and there's no reason to stop that now. Less time on screen can work just as well as a lot of time on screen. Jay leaving sets up a lot of stakes for the ninja as a team and develops more character dynamics. For example, it helps contribute to Eren's slow distrust in Lloyd. Everything about Jay's arc so far is helping to develop him as a character, and in turn helps to develop other characters in the show. I think the most curious part of Jay's arc in Dragon's Rising is how they've gone about it. It's been executed much differently than the rest of the main characters' arcs. The writer's greatest asset in writing this arc has been time. How much time they use, how much space they give in between showing us Jay or even mentioning him, letting us take a moment to somewhat forget what we knew about this guy and get reintroduced to him in a new and exciting way. The story with Jay for so long was that he was the comic relief character who was also supposedly the weakest of the bunch. He had a girlfriend and lightning powers, but not much else. He didn't invent anymore, and he didn't do much except throw a joke out there every once in a while. Dragon's Rising has taken this one-note Jay and allowed him to be more than just a jokes guy. Instead of his humor overbearing his character to the point where a lot of fans got tired of it, we have gotten to see more sides of his character than we have ever seen before. I think this clip can sum it up best.
Jay, you're giving a lot, but I need more.
I think my favorite thing about Jay's arc is that I have no idea what is going to happen next. I really have no clue what they're going to do. I can speculate and theorize, but I'm honestly really not sure what's going to happen next, and I love that. They've built up his story so well that I can't predict where they're going to take him, but I'm so excited to find out. The best sign of a great story is when you leave your audience wanting more, and man, do I want more. Jay has had a fantastic arc in Dragon's Rising, and I think his story is just going to get more enticing from here.
But what about my sister?
We're saving a girl?
Is she hot?
Jay, I just want to know what we're getting ourselves into. Does she like blue?
Back off. Foil. I found foil! Yes! We have foil!
Too random. We need a plan.
We have one. Go kick some butt.
Mr. Cuddly Wump. It is a teddy bear I used to love when I was 5, but now he's totally lame and...
We know you still sleep with him.
And I don't care who knows it, Mr. Cuddly. These hands?
Whoa! Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. I didn't see anything.
What's up?
Something you need to see. Hurry!
3, 1, 2...
That was your whole plan? Ha! Not this time, guys.
How about pinpointing the location of the off button? These alarms are giving me a... Hey! Thank you.
Speaking of slow, where's Kai? I mean, Jay had to save me just now. Jay! Huh. That's a weird way of saying thanks. Guys, you're both too valuable to risk. It should be someone expendable. Like Jay.
What?
So fast!
Not so fast? That's our big entrance? You used that ages ago. After all these battles, all this time, you couldn't come up with something better?
Look, I'm sorry if I'm distracted by that giant walking thing!
I have to be quiet so they don't find my perfect hiding spot.
You!
Huh? Me? I can't believe this. Are we in a nightmare?
He's right. We're all to blame. Well, especially Kai. He didn't help at all.
I'm just saying, it was big, but I've seen bigger.
As big as your ego?
Oh yeah, that was so much better than me.
It was.
That wasn't air jitsu. That was fail itsu.
Or stupid itsu.
Are you implying that I'm not special? What's wrong with him? I think the cheese slid off Jay's cracker.
But what about my sister?
We're saving a girl?
Is she hot?
Jay, I just want to know what we're getting ourselves into. Does she like blue?
Back off.
Ew.
Hey, it's not me.
It worked. It worked!
Well, if it means finding my sister, then sign me up.
Sign me up!
Oh, why does my face hurt so much? Jay? Jay!
No, I'm the real Jay! No, I'm the real Jay! This is not good! Jay! Jay! There's so many! Elves and gingerbread people everywhere!
Okay, I don't know what you're seeing, but this is no time to lose yourself. I need your partner.
I never fought little people before! We're toast!
Guys, you're both too valuable to risk. It should be someone expendable. Like Jay.
What?
Wait, do you see that? A magic floating rope. We can climb to safety.
Boy, that Venomari venom is some powerful stuff.
Right. No powers.
Don't worry, it'll wear off soon. For now, you're coming with me.
I mean, Jay had to save me just now. Jay! Huh, that's a weird way of saying thanks.
Jay, you don't have to yell. I'm right here.
I'm saying I don't think we can do this without her.
You're acting like you're the only one who misses her. We all do. But at least the rest of us are trying to help instead of being mopey and useless.
Hey, you came to me. I didn't ask to be here.
I think I speak for everyone here when I say that violence is not the answer. And I bet if we talk this out, we'll see we're not so different. Sure, maybe you're all made of stone and were brought to life by the forces of evil, but that doesn't mean all of you are evil, right? So what do you say? Why don't we all calm down and just go home?
Thanks for nothing, Jay. Maybe Jay was right about there being a secret entrance. Wouldn't that be crazy?
Jay being right?
Hey!
You will perish at the talons of Griefbringer. Griefbringer!
Okay, that's getting annoying.
Yeah, I don't know who to look at. You or the skull?
I'm looking at the skull. It's not as ugly.
Thanks. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. Oh, no, you don't! It worked!
Don't worry, Jay. I know my sister. One thing about Nia, whenever she gets knocked down, she always gets back up.
I hope you're right. Oh, hey, look! He's trapped! By Prime Empire, get it? Trapped by the game?
Good one, Jay!
Yeah!
What now, Lloyd?
How's it going? I've been thinking. You and me, we make a pretty good pair. So what do you say we make it official? Will you be my yang?
Yes!
See? Wait, no! I can't ask like that! It doesn't feel right! It feels too, I don't know, cocky. Who's cocky? Nobody. Jay's trying to find the right way to ask Nia to be his yang. Seriously? You and Nia? Wow! Do you mind? Oh, sorry, it's supposed to be a secret, so don't tell anyone. If he ever asks Nia. Ask me what? Ask you where you got that shirt, because it's awesome!
Look out, Jay! Sorry, only two can dance this dance.
You just had to leave me hanging, huh, Romeo?
Yeah, we're all dealing with losing Nia differently. Right, some of us are even talking to glasses of water. Look what you did, you clumsy! Jay, sorry, I didn't... Oh, that does it! Ninja, please desist. Such a violent display of emotions is unbefitting a team. Then maybe we shouldn't even be a team anymore! Fine by me! Consider this my resignation letter! What is going on here?
Sorry, I didn't...
I think I speak for everyone here when I say that violence is not the answer.
I didn't...
Violence is not the answer.
Stole my powers, remember? I can't help. I mean, Jay had to save me just now. Jay! Huh, that's a weird way of saying thanks.
Ustedes son demasiado valiosos. Debe ser alguien reemplazable, como Jay.
¿Qué? ¿12? ¿12? ¿Por qué solo tienes 12?
Bien hecho, Jay.
Oye, tú fuiste quien compró ese nuevo avatar.
Todos lo hacemos, pero al menos intentamos ayudar en vez de estar tristes sin hacer nada.
Oye, tú me llamaste a mí. Yo no pedí estar aquí.
Creo que todos estamos exaltados.
Давай, что бы сделал Зейн? Хотя, нет. Подумай, что бы сделал Кай.
Why does everyone hates on me, I said while jumping on my bed. I love you, said guy under my bed.
J'ai envie de te demander ça depuis très longtemps. Veux-tu devenir mon Yang?
Non, 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 non! Tu peux pas lui demander comme ça!
Pourquoi pas?
Tu dois lui parler avec assurance. Comme ça. Nia, comment ça va? Je me disais, toi et moi, on forme une bonne équipe. On pourrait peut-être officialiser ça. Veux-tu devenir mon Yang? Tu sais, on forme vraiment une très bonne équipe. Alors, je suppose qu'il est temps de rendre ça officiel. À partir de maintenant, on est en couple, d'accord?
T'es sérieux, là?
Oui?
Bravo, super timing, Kai. Tu disparais pendant des lustres, j'entends plus du tout parler de toi, comme si j'existais plus, et tout d'un coup, comme ça, alors que la ville est envahie, tu me balances cette histoire de couple.
She said my boy is Ninjago. Oh yeah. I was good, she was hot, stealing everything she got. I was born, she was over the worst of it. Give me gift, thank you dear. Bring your sister over here. Let her dance with me just for the hell of it. Wherever you go, that's where I'll follow.
Hi. Sorry to bother you. Cole, Master of Earth. This is Jay, Master of Blabber. Lightning!
Like it's the last night. If the world was ending, I wanna be next to you. If the party was over and our time on earth was through, I wanna hold.
Oh, sure, great idea. Everyone can just fly up there, except, oh wait, they can't fly! No, but we can. Air Jitsu!
Hi. Sorry to bother you. Cole, Master of Earth. This is Jay, Master of Blabber. Lightning!
Anytime, anywhere, baby boy, I can misbehave. Bring me in, creep me out, fill me up, running through your face. Giving me that good.
Ow! What was that for? Just testing the rules. First rule, Cole's a crybaby! Check out the new sensei. Looking sharp.
Silence!
Ow! Shapeshift. He could be anybody. Seriously? No, but we can. Air Jitsu! Why would you touch this scary picture, Jay?
I didn't know it would do that. Cole!
If that's Lord Garmadon, I'm Lord of the Jig. Only him.
You better start jigging. Listen to the Lord of the Jig. Right up.
You can undo the locks.
I'm a ghost, not a locksmith. We need a key.
Be the key, Cole. Be the key.
Then let him bite you.
Am I get out of here! I'm gonna fight you! Worker safe, ninja in the swamp. All right, who took my pudding cup? My name was clearly written on it. Well, I didn't see Motormouth on it.
Пройдем мы сквозь тьму, мы с тобой на ветру. Пусть знают, это не трюк. Пусть знают все, это самый настоящий труп. Твой аромат меня дурманит, как жирный блант. Лишь с собой готов я коротать ночи до утра. В этом корабле я твой капитан. Ты единственная, кто не считала мой капитал. Звезды горят для тебя вечно. Для тебя миллионы огней. Это запах моей женщины. Запах женщины моей. Звезды горят для тебя вечно. Для тебя миллионы огней. Это запах моей женщины. Запах женщины.
Нет сегодня, я уже соскучился. Oh yeah, no, you're fucking weird.
Am I weird? Yeah, but so what? Everybody's weird.
What? No one breaks out into a musical number in real life! Plus powers, he knows he's the best! He's a rugged superstar, man of mystery. He unveils the secret past of all of history. Hey, hey, stop that! I've studied you. You never do this. This makes no sense! His archaeological theories are almost always sound. His torso, neck, thumbs, and knees are just so muscle bound. Stop it! The ninja moves I can deal with, but the singing is torture! He can't escape any movie trap. He can't think of a rhyme for movie trap. Plus powers, he knows he's the world's greatest adventurer. I work alone.
I guess you can dance your way out of the death trap.
Clutch must never know about this. Now come on, if we hurry, maybe I can still grab some appetizers. Reflectra!
Doctor, it appears our patient needs to have his knee put on ice.
I'm happy to help.
Come on, yo, can you move over a little bit? I got no room. I'm up against the window. Thank you, Jesus. Wait, come on.
Это не она, Lloyd, это просто трюк. Силовой... Ты!
Джей, сосредоточься!
Моя мама странная, она собирает ракушки. Твой папа уничтожает города и нападает на невинных жителей. Так что у всех свои тараканы, понимаешь?
Take my hand to your fantasy. Wildest dreams, put some faith in me. Take my hand to your fantasy. Bro, goo goo. Will you stop that? It doesn't help. You haven't even tried it. Lloyd, I'm scared. Relax. Nia's got this. I hope. Lloyd, I'm scared. Relax. Nia's got this.
Inside, it may seem a little crazy, pretty baby, but I promise mama's gonna be alright. And if you ask me to, daddy's gonna buy you a mockingbird. I'ma give you the world. I'ma buy a diamond ring for you. I'ma sing for you. I'll do anything for you to see you smile.
I wrote this verse to tell her that I'm always by her side. I wrote this verse to tell her that the world's not perfect, but it's not that bad. If we got each other and that's all we have, I will be your brother and I'll hold your hand. You should know I'll be there for you. When the world's not perfect, when the world's not kind, if we have each other, then we'll both be fine. I will be your brother and I'll hold your hand. You should know I'll be there for you.
But as long as there's something worth fighting for, there's always a need for a ninja.
My true potential.
And I made her a promise to stand up to tyrants like you.
I know who I am.
Ninja never quit. Never put off until tomorrow what can be done today.
People don't change. They only reveal who they truly are.
I'm Pixel.
With the power of Brown, you're about to go down.
Never
put off until tomorrow what can be done today.
I am the ultimate spinjitzu master!
Let my friends go!
Only one can remain.
You can only save those who want to be saved. Your wish is yours to keep.
Control time! Control everything!
It's time to run, it's time to run.
Never put off until tomorrow what can be done today.
I am the ultimate spinjitzu master!
Let my friends go!
Only one can remain.
You can only save those who want to be saved. Your wish is yours to keep.
Control time! Control everything!
I came for something greater. You.
One ninja will rise above the others.
I am the ultimate spinjitzu master!
This isn't about numbers. It's about family. I never realized I already had in you.
I always have been, and I've been inside your head.
All my life, my identity has been defined by someone else.
Control time! Control everything!
Harumi's the quiet one.
I have no heart.
Endings are never really endings.